Good day, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Building Skyscraper 7 Days to Die. I'm your host, Lowfdog, your favorite dog from the forums. Well, maybe one of them. Yeah, whatever. Can't live in fear. So I'm here at the Born and Noble. I just thought maybe I'd do a little yard work, and then we could go check on the progress of the building. As you can see, I got a little bit done. Yep, there it is. Eh? Not bad. Those turned out better than you thought they would, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah, look at that. So, what I've done here is I put in the shell for the first 2 floors and also the lobby. I did a little bit of the yard work, cleaned up the road a little bit, and I'm starting to work out what the courtyard's going to look like. I'm picturing some big fountains here, and it looks like this is going to, like a lot of these buildings, they're a monument to the rules of the 5x5 square, so even the fountains are going to kind of fit in with that. I redid, I don't know if you remember the front door, but I took out, there were 2 doors here on either side. We'll actually be able to see that on the other side because I haven't done that yet. But I've replaced it with this little panel. I'm probably gonna put like some kind of awning here. I'm thinking, since there's kind of a greenish tint to everything, that I might do a green tint. But we take a look at it from the sides. And you see it's a pretty good building. Now you may remember the government building from A13. That was out of reinforced concrete and looked a little bit different. Oh, I see I've got a little touch to add here. Let's just do that real fast. It looks a little bit similar to that. This building is going to go straight up and be this monolithic 2001-esque block building. It probably isn't going to look a lot like the Seagram's building, but that was the inspiration where I started. Never feel like when you're making a large building that you actually have to do, you know, slavishly copy the original. Your materials are going to be different. There are going to be things that you can do, things that you can't do, and you just want to make the best building. But you use those pictures as inspiration, unless you are trying to do like a slavish copy. So if you're like trying to copy, for instance, the Ghostbusters building, which I picture going right over here in this little spot here next to this building, then you want to make that look exactly or as close as you possibly can with the blocks that you're given. Another thing I did over here, I repaired this wall. I don't know how much I showed this building in the other videos, but as you can see, I've just kind of filled in some of the gaps, and I do this kind of stuff incrementally. So the ruined buildings that I'm going to keep, I will fix up, you know, a little bit as I, you know, need a break from this, because what's coming next is going to get incredibly repetitive. So I'll probably fix up this building over here. There's a lot of work to be done there, and then we'll go with it. When this has a bunch of stories to it, it's going to look, I think, really impressive. Now, as you can see, I'm actually using the block, the drop ceiling 02 for these here. I think that gives it an additional kind of accent. If you have the same block over and over again, what ends up happening is it just looks like this big monolithic, you know, pile of poop, and that's not what we want. That's not what we want. So we'll go in here We'll see what, let's go to the other side. So you can see this is originally what I had. As you can see, this is a much less inspired entrance. So as I fix this up, this is gonna look a lot better. And maybe, if I'm feeling crazy, I'll do like a car park and extend it over this road. So that's something I'm considering, and we might do that. And that'll be a lot easier, especially if, once we get rid of these two doors here. As you can see, we have the beginnings of the stairs, and they'll go up to here on the second floor. I decided against doing everything with the drop ceiling O2. So I'm gonna keep these steel blocks as the infrastructure. For one, it'll make the building stronger. For two, it makes it easier for me to see where to put the pillars, and I can always cover these up with some kind of plate block. And we have a number of different options that we can use from that. Everything from the new concrete looks like marble, but it might work, you know, as a border. We've also got the drywall plate, the cabinet tops. We have a number of options, and if you position everything right, it really is not a hindrance at all. So what I'm going to be doing is putting in the pillars like so. And then this will meet up, and this entire floor then will be the first real floor of the office building. So these first two floors, they'll be lobby. And you see this a lot in, this is not like an incredibly innovative design. They have the Skyscraper in Magalies has something kind of similar, although I think they have like a fringe walkway around the edge. The thing about the fringe walkway around the edge is there really wasn't any point for anybody to go out there. If I'm working in a business, I'm not walking on the edges, you know, just for the fun of it. I'm trying to do some business, important banking craps. I don't know, whatever you do in these buildings. But the point is, we have this open area here. We'll have elevators here. So we got two banks of elevators here. Probably like an information desk and some bathrooms, and you know, your standard office type furniture. And I don't know, I'm really starting to think this is starting to take shape. So when you have this huge, you know, tall building, it's gonna look pretty good, and it's a good foundational start. With a couple of random, you know, the boxy type buildings. I believe the Akron building would be a good neighbor for this building, and then we'll start working on adapting the other buildings for Alpha 13. But yeah, it's looking pretty good, and you know, this feels like a real building. You could see this, you know, somewhere. If you know, you're using this POI for yourself, you could probably truncate it if you're worried about lag, although it looks like it's not going to cause a lot. Certainly not more than the cave systems. I don't know if you guys have been wandering around in those things, but those are a navigational hazard, and my FPS just shoots downward, and I don't think I'm alone on this. One exciting thing, and thank you Madmol and devs, you'll notice the glass for the business class is stained. You can still Okay, and I say that, and then it pops out there at the distance. All right, well, whatever. But for the most part, it's staying, and it's staying at a distance to where you're not going to lose, you know, you're not going to break the illusion that you're in a city. And I did choose the wasteland this time because, well, for one, I do like the infrastructure, and I love the streetlights that are actually working, that I don't have to do, you know, jump through any hoops to get to work properly. And two, it's real easy to cut through a lot of these materials. It's easier to cut through the destroyed stone than it is the dirt, so that's a good thing. The sidewalks I'm gonna keep to the one for the outside. Now the other buildings, the interior of these buildings, they'll probably have you know, bigger sidewalks, but by keeping this and putting, you know, grassy berm areas, I think it'll make the city look more alive, and it means that I'll be able to use street signs again. So anyway, we'll see how that turns out. But I was flying around the town, and this town has a lot of potential. I can build a lot of skyscrapers in here, and I fully intend to do so. And some of them are going to be done procedurally because, yeah, we don't want to wait forever for them. But you will notice outside of town, at least on half of it, you have forest and some hills. I was actually thinking of maybe doing like a Hollywood sign, kind of like, you know, in the Hollywood Hills, like a Lowfdog sign. Maybe I'll use that on my homepage. But the city looks pretty nice. I mean, other than, you know, being bombed out, you know, shells of buildings. But we'll fix that up pretty quick. You gotta admit, you were a little surprised at how fast this building came in. Just, you know, just a couple of days. So anyway, I think that's probably it for this update. I'll have more for you as I get some of this stuff done. A lot more buildings on the horizon. Gonna bring in the POIs from the other expansion, and at some point I'm going to begin the arduous task of fixing Dog Stadium. There will be a lot of weeping and gnashing of teeth, I'm sure, because the concrete is just, I don't like it. So I'm gonna have to replace all that poops with something else. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with that, but we'll see. Anyway, hope you liked this video. If you did and you haven't done so, subscribe, give it a like, and yeah, we'll see you back here tomorrow. All right. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Lowfdog. Thanks for watching my skyscraper building series, and thank you very much for everybody who subscribed to my channel, because we hit the very important milestone this week. That's right, we now have more than 50 subscribers, which is like 48 more than I thought I ever was going to get. So obviously, you know, we're partying it up right now. You know, some of my cousins are here, and a bunch of the local girls are here. Slan and Big C are here. You might not see Big C because I think, yeah, I think he's been in the bathroom for like the last 45 minutes. But we're definitely going to do a 50 subscriber special, and there'll be lots of cool, poorly thought out shenanigans like you've come to know and love. And yeah, we'll definitely have fun with that. And hopefully you will too. And Slan, are you taunting the dog again? He looks really angry. I haven't seen him this mad since, you know, Bex left Manchester United. That's right. LA sellout. That's right. No, it's already a fight. That's kind of what you would expect to happen this evening. Everybody's been drinking, and I don't know what that dance move is that Darlene is doing, but it's pretty crazy. I think there might be some love triangles going on there. And we're not just talking about the love triangles that make those areas that don't render in the game either. But anyway, thanks for joining the Dog Army. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and that way you can get these fabulous videos as soon as they come out. You don't have to wait for them. That's right, because there's a huge demand for that. All right, everybody, have a good one. I'll see you later. I got to go check on Big C.